So all I wanted to share and express with you today is everything is allowed. Absolutely everything you're feeling, every story you've ever experienced, every emotion you've ever experienced, every sensation you've ever experienced. You're allowed to experience all of that. You're allowed to express all of that. You're allowed to have those parts of yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you for having anything, any thought, any emotion, any sensation, any symptom, any energy, anything, right? Any bit about you, any memory, any concern about the future. It's all valid. It's all allowed. There's nothing wrong with you for having those thoughts, for having those emotions, for feeling the way that you are feeling right now. It's allowed. Because how could you feel something if it was not allowed to be felt? This is where the mind comes in. It's like, I shouldn't be feeling this, or there's a problem with what I'm feeling. But it's already here. So even the mind that comes in afterwards and says there's a problem with what I'm feeling, that's allowed. The part of you that doesn't want to accept what you're feeling, that's allowed. The part of you that feels pathetic for what you're feeling, that's allowed, right? Anything that you don't believe that you're allowed to be feeling, I encourage you and I challenge you to say out loud, I am allowed to feel this, right? I am allowed to feel pathetic. I am allowed to not want to feel pathetic. I am allowed to hate myself. I am allowed to love myself. You're allowed to love yourself. You're allowed to hate yourself. You're allowed to feel pathetic. You're allowed to feel not pathetic. You're allowed to feel afraid of being pathetic. All of this is just a unique expression of consciousness in the moment, right? And all that happens is the mind says these expressions of consciousness are allowed and these expressions of consciousness are not allowed. And some expressions of consciousness we don't need as much anymore. But you want to understand everything compassionately, that it's just something here that is trying to protect you. Everything is just trying to protect you. Fear, like crippling fear and anxiety, is trying to protect you. Doubt is trying to protect you. Shame and not wanting to be seen is trying to protect you. It's all just mechanisms of the human mind that have learned different ways to cope and look after itself. And some of them are maladaptive, right? Or unnecessary. But the way to fix a maladaptive coping mechanism isn't to shun it and hate it and tell yourself that you shouldn't be having it. I mean, how beautiful is the sky, right? It is to understand it compassionately. Say, hey, fear, shame, anxiety, a feeling of being overwhelmed, a feeling of being terrified, a feeling of being too much, not enough, just right. It's all innocent, right? Can you say everything I've ever felt and everything I will ever feel is innocent? I am completely innocent. You are completely innocent. Everyone is completely innocent. There's no part of me or you or anybody else that needs to be fixed, changed, healed, improved, transcended. Nothing needs to be transcended. There is innocence and beauty in every single aspect of consciousness. And everything is consciousness, right? Because I'm just using the word consciousness to refer to the entirety of the human experience of being alive, right? So you're allowed to hate your experience as well. When I say everything is allowed, that means everything is allowed. Even resistance is allowed, right? When we talk about allowance, the mind can easily start to believe, so I have to like everything that's happening to me, or I have to be okay with everything that's happening to me. No, I want you to be authentic. And if the authentic emotion is, fuck this, I'm so sick of everything, I hate the way that the world is, I hate myself, I hate everybody, then that's authentic. Or I'm so dissatisfied with what's arising, that's authentic. That's way more authentic than like, this is happening, but I don't really like it, but it's okay. Rather fully express it and see it, and then it can be released. But it's when we're like afraid of expressing from the emotion itself that it stays stuck and that it doesn't release. So don't judge yourself for anything you're feeling. You're not judged for any part of you, and don't judge anybody else. And the only reason you would feel the need to judge somebody else, or vice versa, the only reason you would judge something in yourself is because you're judging it in someone else. And the only reason you're judging something in somebody else is because you're judging or not allowing it in yourself. So there's nothing wrong in you. and there's nothing wrong in anybody else. It's all just an innocent expression of the infinite, which is creating, like, right, let me do an example, right? So it's like this cloud looks different to that cloud, right? So this cloud, we could say, is disappointment, and that cloud is joy, right? They're just clouds, right? The infinite is creating all of that. And then the mind just comes on, it's like, well, this cloud is a different experience to that cloud. Or like this cloud is a bigger, more joyful, expansive experience, so that's joy. And this cloud is like a smaller, more contracted experience, so that's whatever, resistance. It's still just clouds made out of the same thing, but the mind fixates on one experience and says, this is a good experience, and that's a bad experience. How do I have more of these clouds and less than these clouds? And then we suffer, right? Because we're trying to control something that doesn't need to be controlled. The sky doesn't need to be controlled. The clouds are going to come and go and be created, and you get all sorts of beautiful different clouds, right? If all the clouds looked exactly the same, it'd be dumb, because then I wouldn't look up at the sky and be like, look at the clouds today, right? Look at the clouds today. So that's just an example for experience or emotions or feelings or sensations or thoughts, that one is not better than the other. It's just a unique expression of the infinite moment expressing itself now, later, earlier, same thing, right? Just endlessly morphing and changing into different experiences, new experiences. And you only feel stuck when we don't allow a certain experience to flow through us, whatever that might be. So let it flow through you. Let everything be felt and released now, right? Anything you're carrying, let it go. Anything you're not feeling, allow yourself to feel it. Anything that you've picked up that is not yours to carry anymore, you're allowed to let it go. And you can say that out loud, because you have autonomy of your own energy field, right? Claim back your own energy. Say, I release any energies, emotions, thoughts, conditionings, or beliefs that I've picked up from others that are not serving my highest, most authentic expression, and let it all go. You're allowed to be your most unique, authentic, unfiltered self. And so is everybody else, right? This doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else. It means we can all be authentic, and that can lead to whatever it leads to. So anyways, I think that's all for today. Really, really stunning day. It's just gone into spring. 1st of September was yesterday, and it's so interesting how the energy changes, like as the seasons change. Just really, I can feel it in the air. It's just lovely. Lovely weather. So anyways, sending you lots of love, and may you let go of anything that you don't need to carry anymore. And you can, again, use these statements, say them out loud, because they actually affect your overall energy field. So, and if you have conversations with people, you'll probably pick up their energies. And this doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Like, I love socializing and connecting with people. And then I'm just aware that afterwards I've probably opened myself up to some of their own energies and beliefs. But that's part of how this works as well, is like being willing to open up to others and kind of be genuine and open and authentic. And then, but also I want to give people these tools to let go of the emotions and energies and things, especially if you're highly empathic like I am, right? When I'm talking to someone, I'm in their energy immediately. I'm feeling what they're feeling, and which is cool. That's just how I'm wired, right? That's what my soul chose to incarnate into. It was like, I want to be a human that feels everybody else's shit. Like, I literally signed up for that to help, and part of my mission. So if you are like that as well, then just remember that you can choose to let go of things that are not serving you anymore. Just say it out loud. I let go of energies and emotions and thoughts and anything that's not serving my highest, most authentic expression. I release it from my field now. And the more that you use your own voice to kind of take sovereignty over your own energy field, the more effective it becomes. So claim back your energy, claim back your power, really. It's like you saying, this is my field, and I can go wherever I want to with it. And if I choose to release something, I will release it. But the key is you don't need to understand it. You don't need to fight with anything. So this is the key of like where people get stuck. When I talk about releasing, they start to fear like, oh no, I'm forcing myself to get rid of something. That's not what I mean. It's as simple as saying I release anything from my field that doesn't serve me, and then allowing the energy to move however it does. Not that you have to consciously go and find something and choose to like, I need to get rid of that. So I need to make that clarification so the mind doesn't get confused. It's not a mental strategy. It's not complicated. It is an intention for your own energy that you set, and then you let go and you let the energy work itself out. So that's what's key. It's not in the mind, it's not in strategies, it's not in complication. It's in the simple intention of what you want to experience without having to know what it is. Sweet. I love you, and you are loved by everything. And this blue sky is made from the same inconceivable reality as my beard hairs. It's all pretty wild. And there's the sun. Cool dude in the sky, keeping us all alive. What a wacky existence. I mean, just look up at the sky more, right? I was doing this with a friend the other day. We were standing up at night and we were just staring at the stars, and it was like, really consider the vastness of this open space above us. Do you ever stop to do that, just to take a break from your personal life and consider the vastness of the cosmos? It's fucking insane. So it's fucking insane. Like the fact that there's anything at all, the fact that experience is happening at all, is absolutely gobsmackingly mind-blowing. I often would make this point to myself. I'd be like, why is there anything at all? Why is there anything at all? Like anything at all. Not like why is experience this way and not that way, but just why is there anything at all? At all. So maybe ask yourself that statement. It might take you into some like existential places, but for me it would drop me into this existential awe of just like, how is there anything at all? Like anything at all, like the fact that there was the Big Bang, but like anything, like existence at all, the fact that it's actually happening. How is there anything at all? Right? Forget about me and you and separation and awakening and healing and non-duality and no self and energy work and who gives a fuck? How is there anything at all? Why is there anything at all? Like, why is there a moment happening at all? How is there a moment happening at all? It's a self-induced mushroom trip. And you could stare at your hand and do this and just like, why is there anything at all? Stare at the sky. For me, it just shifts the energy so much, just like really pondering that. Whatever your experience is, just why is there anything at all? And don't look for an intellectual answer, but just feel into it. Or look for an intellectual answer. I don't really care. Whatever feels authentic. You can look for as many answers as you like. That might be authentic. Like anything, man. Why is there anything at all? Alrighty. Ponder that.